The Royal Oak Leprechauns. With us now, let's bring in Mark Sackett with us. So he's the general manager. Do you get that a lot, Mark? Who are the Leprechauns?
Who are the Leprechauns? You know what? Probably not in my world. So, but we are trying to get our name out there quite a bit, and we've had some success with it, so it's good. But yeah, we're any kind of like a minor league baseball team. They've always got goofy names, and so here we are at the Leprechauns, kind of a goofy type name, but hopefully it's catching on.
I think it's a great name. And I will say, I was like with my husband, he's a sports guy, and I'm like, hey, I'm interviewing the Leprechauns this morning. He just looks at me like, yeah, girl. I
Yeah,
hope you find that pot of gold.
that's
Oh
right.
boy.
Bring it home. Bring it home.
But I love that. So, for those such as myself that weren't familiar with the Leprechauns, you guys are a great team.
Well, we're okay right now. We're 2-1, and this is actually our fourth year of operation. So, and our first year in Royal Oak, and that's probably why a lot of people haven't heard about us.
So, you support college baseball.
Exactly. Yeah. So guys who play college baseball, and there's some kids who are still playing right now. They're in the national tournaments at different levels. Um, they've got to do something to hone their skills, to keep their skills up over the summertime. Just like high school players, when they're playing their high school game, when they're done with their high school season, they play summer baseball. Well, that's what we are. The Royal Oak Leprechauns are part of a league that is sponsored by Major League Baseball, and we are there for the college kids to come to us and play a high level of baseball.
So, with that, Mark, I'm going to turn the interview over to Tyler because he is really our sports buff. But because I'm going to be asking you about, your uniform, and are you going to get like, tutus or
Sure.
something
Oh
to
boy.
sell to the crowd? Hey, I could be their marketing person. I see the
Good.
marketing possibilities like all
Yes.
day and all night with this team.
Yeah, plenty of them. So Mark, you had said Mark Sackett joining us, of course, on the show, general manager of the Royal Oak Leprechauns, with us here. You said this is the fourth year of operation for the team overall. First, of course, here in the local area in Royal Oak. Where did the team play before?
So the team started. We were based out of Adrian, Michigan, and that's kind of in the Irish Hills area. So, what's in the Irish Hills area besides MIS is the Leprechauns, right? Irish Hills Leprechauns. So we were the Irish Hills Leprechauns. Our first season was 2016. So we operated in 2016, 17, and 18 there. We were not getting a very good crowd draw. We need to have the people to show up so that we can help fund our team. Our team cost about $50,000 to $60,000 just for an 8-week summer program. So we weren't getting it there. We took a year off. COVID took a year off as well, and we wanted to move the team to Royal Oak. And we just thought we'd keep the same name, Leprechauns. And we have a great location, so that's kind of why we're in our fourth year right now.
Mark Sackett with us on the show. He is the general manager of the Royal Oak Leprechauns. It is a summer collegiate baseball team, and they are playing in the Great Lakes Summer Collegiate League here in Royal Oak. So, of all the places that you could move the team to, what ultimately led to the decision to move the Leprechauns from the Adrian area to Royal Oak specifically?
Right. It's a good question. So I live in the Oakland County area. I grew up in Birmingham, and my dad was a high school coach at Birmingham Seahome. I still live in the area. I teach in Troy, so it's my full-time job in Troy. So I'm from this area. And when we wanted to move the team out of Adrian and move it to somewhere else, we looked at Berkeley, we looked at Avondale, we looked at Clawson, we looked at places that would be a crowd draw, and we had to have lights for our team because all of our games are played at 7 o'clock at night. They're all 9 inning games. They're all wood bat, so it's very similar to like a major league deal. So we had to find a location that would accommodate that. And when we went to the different cities and everything, Royal Oak was just so welcoming. The Parks and Rec director is the one that really said this would be a great fit. We knew it would be a great fit, but it was really the Royal Oak, the city situation there where they were so please come and join us. And so there we were. So they had a field that was very tired and very old in Memorial Park, but it's at 13 Mile and Woodward, obviously a very busy place. Field needed a lot of renovation, and I felt I could raise the money to do that. And also hopefully get the money, or we could get the money from our crowd to help pay back some of our debt. And so that's what we did. And then we started looking for the money and get ready for the improvements to the field. And it took us 2 years to do it. But we were able to find one of my former players. I should say former players. He played with us a little bit. He graduated from Birmingham Brother Rice with my 2 sons. And my 2 sons graduated from Birmingham Groves. And now he currently plays for the New York Yankees, and that guy is DJ LeMahieu. And DJ said he wanted to get involved, and he said, I'll help you out with the money. I'll loan you the money. You get it going. You run it until I'm ready to retire, and then I'll take it from there, basically. Yeah. So he was there.
Yeah, and that's really a great story here, is having a guy that moved into the local area in middle school, has been through the system coming up into professional baseball from our local area to then provide support as this team moves into the local area. Mark Sackett joining us on the program. He is the general manager of the Royal Oak Leprechauns, playing their first season in the Great Lakes Summer Collegiate League here in Oakland County. Just moved to Royal Oak and renovated the park at Memorial Park. So among the renovations, you said it was a very tired field and needed a lot of changes. The help that came from DJ LeMahieu, of course, of the New York Yankees, and your team's renovations, what did change at Memorial Park that people can expect when they go to see a Leprechauns baseball game?
Yeah, the biggest change is definitely the playing surface. It's all turf. So we're never going to get rained out unless it's just pouring down rain and lightning and everything. But it's an all turf infield, natural grass in the outfield. That was the biggest change and the most expensive change. We also put new dugouts on the field, and the dugouts now hold about 30 guys, up to 30 guys. They're large dugouts. Because DJ's helped with the field, we were able to invest in a couple other things. We put a brand new scoreboard up. We hope to turn that into a video scoreboard, but right now it's just a nice 10-inning scoreboard. We put seat backings on all the benches and on the bleachers, so that made it real nice there. And and that's really it. We also have a temporary outfield fence, but nothing special there. The biggest things though that people will see the turf infield, and they'll see the seating, the comfortable seating for the people, and of course the larger dugouts. So it's pretty nice, and a scoreboard would be great.
Mark Sackett joining us on the Oakland County MegaCast, the general manager of the Royal Oak Leprechauns. And Mark, you had said earlier on that, of course, with COVID-19's impact on the league and impact on baseball, that baseball did, much like COVID had forced other sports leagues to take some time off. It did cause a year off in your league. How has this season, coming back now that things are back in person and players are able to play regularly on the field like they always have with baseball, how has that impacted the players specifically?
Well, a lot of these guys are still, they played their college season already, so they're good to go. It's good quality baseball what we do. So I don't see any impact on the players there. Some of these kids got a bonus year of college to go back and play an additional year because of the COVID. They took the COVID year off. But otherwise, we've played 3 games so far. We're 2-1. Guys are doing great. They're loving being out there. They love the field. And it's just, again, we've received a ton of support so far. So I really don't. The only impact we saw was just an off year from baseball completely last summer. So good.
Yeah, and that's really good to hear that the players are taking the positive impact from being back here. Of course, having that extra training, that's what a lot of these players do, to get that extra training and get that extra game in over the off season from their college ball. How have you seen over your time with the Royal Oak Leprechauns, both now, of course, in Royal Oak and previously in the other location, the impact that it has had on those players that maybe are on the cusp of playing at a higher level, and now with all this extra training and extra baseball being able to be seen by more people, how does that impact them having played in this league?
Yeah, so I think there's a couple of things that have happened here, and that from I guess you could say the COVID impact, and that really is the fact that these guys who were maybe they were juniors in for the 2020 year. COVID canceled their season, so they were given us another year. So because those juniors given another year, that made the sophomores and everyone else given an extra time. So it really allowed their bodies to develop even more, bigger, stronger, faster. for those kids that were really committed to developing and training themselves to get better. Some kids, struggled with it mentally, as a lot of people did mentally, and just finally said, you know what, I'm done with baseball. I'm going to go on with my career and start moving into their whatever their education, their major was from an education standpoint. So, I think it helped. It helped some kids, and it made some kids really rethink what their goals were for their baseball careers.
Mark Sackett joining us on the Oakland County Megacast. He is the general manager for the Royal Oak Leprechauns. And having moved into Royal Oak, you've played 3 games so far this season. What has been the fan response locally as they have a new baseball team there in the city of Royal Oak?
Yeah. Well, Memorial Park holds the seating holds about 600, which is not that big. We got probably about 200, really about 150 to 200 general admission. So you think maximum of 800. Well, we had our opening night Saturday night, and it was absolutely crazy. We were very warmly welcomed. We had well over 800 people there. They were all around the stadium, looking at all the new things, and it was just really special. It really I didn't say caught us off guard, but it made us work very hard to bring them a good baseball product, but more importantly, to bring them good entertainment, because that's what we're really about. The college players, they're going to play, but we try to do all the in-game excitement. We have different contests of crazy bat race. We have different giveaways. We're throwing balls into the stands. We're really trying to make it fun for people, so it's not a golf match type thing or watching paint dry. We want to bring a lot of fun and excitement to it. So we have food trucks there that are, we bring a lot of youth teams out. The youth teams come out and they get to go on the field with the players. They get to run the bases at night. So it's a lot more fun than just a baseball game going on.
Well, Mark, we appreciate you joining us today on the program to talk about the Royal Oak Leprechauns. For those that are interested and they want to see some of this great summer college baseball, where can they find more information on the team?
Yeah, definitely at our website, leprechaunball.com, leprechaunball.com, if you can spell that. We have a Facebook page, and we do a lot of our promotions, obviously, on social media. That'd be the best part, but get out to the ballpark. It'd be $5 to get in, $7 for a reserved seat. We've got everything from soda to beer to White Claw to whatever else we need to keep you amused during the game. And I think what you're going to find is a really fun family experience at 13 Mile and Woodward at Royal Oak Memorial Park.
Well, Mark, we appreciate you joining us on today's program. More information at leprechaunball.com. Mark, thank you very much.
You bet. Thank you.